I really got down to that science, the science of like, just do the music for the love, really get in and just do the music for the love. I think Quincy Jones said it best. He said, when you talk about money, God leaves the room, so, all those things that you thought were going to happen to this record that you're thinking financially, it just doesn't happen for you because that's all you're thinking about is money. So I thought that was a cool statement. And then the next statement, I guess I would probably add to like the money piece is like, it's like the energy on the record has to be good for it to pop off, in my opinion. Every record that had a split dispute or, like something weird where someone felt like they were taken for a ride or they got some publishing taken off or something, that record never does well because of the energy on the song. So I would say always go with anything in life with love and pure intentions, and you should be straight. So when you open your software, are you saying, are you having gratitude for that software? Are you thanking God? Are you praying? Like, what is the goal when you're getting in there? I always ask people, what is the why? Why are you fucking doing this? You know what I'm saying? I remember when I first got into music, my why was very simple. I was out here with Pharrell's brother. We were going out in the streets. I was in London and Paris, all types of stuff. And my why was like, I'm doing this because I want to travel the world and meet people. I love to meet people anyway. So I'm like, I want to travel the world. I want to meet people. And I want all my fucking friends and my family to be able to do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
That's why I started music. I've always been paid in other areas. So it's like I didn't have to like do music to be rich, So I think that's the goal, the why. Why are you fucking doing this?
The why is very important, and the why gets tested a lot once you start, because so much of us, we make music before there's money, and then when money gets involved, that's when the why gets tested, and that's everybody goes through it, and everybody goes through cycles, and some people get caught up in it, but the people that are the happiest, make the best records and have the longest career are going back to that fundamental why of like, I love making records. I want to make records with my friends, or I want to travel, or I want to try new things, or I want to do one thing and go down a tunnel and see how deep I can go on it. But man, LA is a crazy place for that, especially, and the industry is like it will pull you away from the why for sure.
I'll give you a prime example, and I'm not going to say their names, but there's this big pop writer. There's a small pop writer and a big pop writer. The big pop writer isn't saying anything. She's super cool. The other pop writer is like really on that songwriter argument versus producer thing. So what ends up happening is it's a song I did 3 years ago. They asked me for the beat and the acapella for a Korean group, whatever. So the Korean artist label thing comes back with a number that's like extremely low. Like extremely low. Like it's just like I can't do that number, because if I do that number, then now the number I worked for, I can't even get that number, because people are like, well, you did this record for 5,000. That's what the number was. So the songwriter is like, yo, we're going to split this 3 ways. They didn't even really ask me. It's just like, we're going to split this 3 ways. And I was like, okay, that's interesting. How are you going to recoup it? That was the question. How are you going to recoup it? Are you suggesting that you also are getting points, right? So he's like, yeah, it's just only fair. It's the conversation. Me being a songwriter, we're only going to make $1,000 on the back end, so we need to share in this thing. So I'm like, interesting. I'm also a songwriter, and I totally understand the argument, and I do believe songwriters should get points. I feel like the label gets 84 points, so why can't those points come from the label side, right? Yeah. But regardless of that long conversation, what ends up happening is I make another suggestion. Here's the suggestion, just so I'm not a dickhead. Hey, guys, let's do it for free, and let's just split it evenly. So if it's us 3 and the songwriter, let's just do 25% of the master each. Do you understand that came back with a strong no from her? Strong no.
How?
Like, no.
How?
Because I don't think I don't know why she said no. I can't speculate on that. But her why is fucked up. And it's why she doesn't have bigger records. Because her why is, you wouldn't give that away for free to get more on the back end? I don't need $1,600 or $5,000. I could use it. I would probably give it to my mom if I took that particular thing. But I think her thing was more so just like, just a hard no. I'm over here like, yo, you want to be equal? Let's just do it equally. The love of it is it's a great record. If you're tired of it sitting on your computer and you have someone that really genuinely wants to do it, let's do it. Why do we got to do money? Let's sweat equity.
It's something you said before too about momentum, because momentum is not just with your own creativity, but momentum is with relationships. You know, if you have good relationships with people and you write a few songs and you start to get some traction, that's the time to not be precious and like double and triple down and make 25 more records with that team of people or your producer collaborator or that top line or that artist, because, you know, you get excited about the first thing and a few people get excited and then people start talking money. And if you get weird in that situation, that ruins the creative momentum between parties. Because really, if you guys have something great, it's way better for you to go make 20 more than it is to worry about the fine points. Because again, it gets back to the why. If you're trying to, if you're in this thing to make money, you're not going to be as successful as if you're in this thing for the love of music and trying to make the best thing with people that you love.
Yeah, and obviously, I'm not telling people like to not be on their business. Business is business.
Of course.
That's why you have like creatives. Like that's why you have managers. That's why you have, you know, publishers. They're here to protect your interest and their interest also. So I did that. But yeah, ultimately, make sure you guys, your why, man. Your why is very important, dudes.